Morning, folks. Welcome to today's adventure. Today we are hiking the St. Mary's Glacier Trail up to James Peak. Hopefully. James Peak is a 13,000 foot mountain, and St. Mary's Glacier is a cool feature you can check out on the way. There is snow on the ground, as you can see, but I got my micro spikes and we're gonna see how far we can get. So let's go check it out. May have been a bad idea. The weather changed pretty quickly hiking up that glacier. Mountain forecast said 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. This is 20 to 30 gusts. The temperature is about 15-20 degrees. That's cold. So I'm hoping to get up at least to that ridge. Maybe have some other views, but I just think once I get up there that wind is going to be howling. If so, I'm turning around. I guess this is all part of the adventure. You just never know how the weather is going to turn. Whoa. 10 mile an hour gusts turned into 30 and 40 now. As I'm reaching the top. Whew! It's brutal. I'm still pressing on. The weather's gotten a little better. I should say the wind has died down a little bit. There are gusts from time to time. But there's a ridge up ahead, and it looks like it has a pretty good view. So, you know the saying. Just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. I want to see what's on the other side of that ridge. Like I said, just one more ridge. Just one more ridge. This is the ridge I keep talking about. You know, there's James Peak, and I believe there's a pretty cool alpine lake beyond that ridge. But it's almost like false summits. I get to one ridge, then it's another. I get to another ridge, then it's another. This ridge seems never ending. But I've got Forrest Gump in my mind saying, well, he went this far. you might as well go a little bit farther. You know, I made it this far. I just kept on going. Before you know it, I made it all the way to that ridge. I'm gonna make it to that ridge. Here we are, finally reaching that ledge. Now let's see if all that effort was worth it. That never-ending ledge that I was chasing. Is there gonna be a view? Is there gonna be an alpine lake? All right, there we go. That is beautiful. Yeah, there's a beautiful little frozen alpine lake. Very cool. Here at the base of James Peak. Well, I think this is as far as I'm gonna go. I'm at the base of James Peak. I did get to see the lakes coming over that ridge. As you can probably hear, it's just too windy and it's too cold. Even my electrolyte drink is got icicles, ice forming on the top. So sometimes you gotta know just when to turn around, and I think this is one of those times. But it's definitely been worth it. The views have been amazing up here. Speaking of electrolyte drinks, I got this from 7-Eleven. It's called Replenish Zero, and they're awesome. I think they taste better than like the Powerade or the Gatorade. So whenever I drop by the 7-Eleven, you know, I pick me up a couple. This is 28 ounces, and I got 2 for $2. It's not bad. It's maybe 2.5. That's not bad. Somebody asked me one time, does it ever get old looking at the mountains in Colorado? Since you live here and you see them all the time. No, it never gets old looking at the mountains. Especially when they are snow-capped. It is so beautiful. So I made it in about 3 miles on the trail. So I had probably about 1.5 miles left up to James Peak. But I'm okay turning around. You know, sometimes it just doesn't feel right. I can see the wind blowing up there pretty hard, as is typical when you get a higher elevation. But kind of where I'm at right now, it's nice, it's peaceful. There are some gusts from time to time, as you'll see. But I'm just kind of post-holing a little bit, and that's no fun. When the wind is blowing and you're post-holing, and really that first part of the trail coming up Mary's Glacier is what wore me out. That's where the really bad wind and weather hit. That's kind of past now. But I'm a little drained from that, and these views are still absolutely magnificent. But it's been slow. It's been slow going because I am, as you can probably see, post-holing a little bit. And it's like, nah, you know, climbing a 13er is hard on a good day. So I enjoyed seeing St. Mary's Glacier and seeing these views around here and checking out James Peak, but I'm going to turn around and I'm okay with that. Like I said, sometimes you got to know when to turn around and be all right with that. So let's get down to the bottom. As I'm making my way down back to St. Mary's Glacier, I thought I would also share with you 5 things that I'll take with me on every winter backpack. First is sunscreen. I found this amazing sunscreen at the grocery store. It's called Neutrogena Beach Defense. It's up to 70 SPF. And for me, I have very fair skin, as you would say. And I've actually had a couple of Mohs surgery as well. Had some skin stuff removed. So when you're out here at this high of elevation, you can see the sun is just bouncing off of that snow. Man, you want to have some suntan lotion. because I've been burnt very badly before without having it. And that brings me to the second thing I think you should have on these type of winter hikes is sunglasses. You know, because when you get out here, again, that sun bounces off of that snow and it's just so bright, and it can be blinded at times. So definitely recommend bringing a good pair of sunglasses as well. Third, I also bring is some chapstick, SPF preferably. I have some that is SPF 45, which helps me because again, I have learned from experience with burnt chapped lips that they are greatly needed. Number 4, micro spikes. I carry these with me all the time on my winter hikes, and you just never know. Like today, they have been a blessing, hiking through some icy patches and some snow. That's where they're really helpful, is during where it's ice at. And number 5, something I always carry with me is a good buff that you can put around your mouth and your nose and just really give you an extra level of warmth. Mine even wraps around to the top of my head, so if I need more warmth around my ears. I think it goes without saying, just layers of clothes as you come up here. I have one dry fit undershirt, one long fit undershirt, one Patagonia vest, and this is my Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisper jacket, which is amazing, by the way, and my buff. And it's just been, I've been warm for sure, and a pair of gloves as well, and I've been warm for sure. But the buff, I think the buff is really helpful because it helps protect, you know, my lips and my nose when it gets into some really severe wind. You'll notice that on my out and back hikes, I do a lot of the same shots coming down as I do going up. And the reason I do that is the lighting's different, which is one of the things I love about hiking in Colorado, is that the light changes, you know, as the sun is moving through the sky and as the light is hitting the rocks. It's a whole different perspective. So I like to record some shots even on my way down, just to get a different perspective of the light. That's gonna do it for my hike today. Hope you guys have a good one. See you on the next adventure.